I be the asshole to divorce my wife after she said she wanted to send our son to a conversion camp? So this is a pretty heavy situation, and I'm really confused and disgusted, not gonna lie, because I've never thought my wife was like this. My wife, 44 female, and I, 45 male, have been married for 14 years. We have 2 kids, a 16-year-old son, let's call him Noah, and a 12-year-old daughter. We've had our fair share of disagreements over the years, of course, but things have been generally smooth between us. Now for the context, Noah came out as gay about a year ago. It was a surprise, and as hard as it was to accept, I love my kids more than anything and I just want their happiness. My wife visibly didn't take it well though. She was upset and she seemed to go through a grieving period where she didn't really talk about it. I tried to support Noah in every way I could, telling him that I loved him no matter what, etc. My wife though, I could tell she wasn't on the same page. She would say things like, "This is just a phase," or "he needs help." But I brushed it off as her needing time. Fast forward to last week, we were having a conversation about Noah's future. Out of nowhere, my wife casually mentions that she's been looking into conversion therapy camps and thinks it might be the right solution. She says that Noah isn't really gay and that he just hasn't been shown the right path, and that this could fix him. My blood ran cold, obviously. I was in shock. I immediately told her I didn't agree and that it was not something I could support. She got upset and said that I was enabling Noah's confusion and that if I really cared about him, I would help him get better. What the fuck is wrong with her? She was persistent, and no matter how much I tried to explain that conversion therapy is harmful, like I know those kids get abused and often end up either traumatized or ending themselves, and that I would never send our son to something like that. She wouldn't back down. If I'm being 100% honest, I don't even think I love her anymore. The fact that she could be so heartless disgusts me. I know being gay is not easy, and people like her just make it even harder. I'm considering staying, only for our daughter's sake, but would it be okay if it means hurting my son? It feels like a betrayal to Noah. I just don't think I can keep living with someone who thinks this is okay. Not the asshole, 100%. Noah is not broken. There's nothing to fix. Those conversion camps are hell on earth, and any parent who wants to send their child to one doesn't deserve to be a parent. Make sure you include it in the conditions of custody that it is absolutely not permitted. Depending on where you're located, it might even be grounds to go full custody. Buckle up, OP. Your fight for your children's rights and well-being is just beginning. And then update. So first of all, I'd like to thank everyone here for all the help and advice I've gotten under my post and in DMs. Sorry if I couldn't answer to everyone. It's just been too many people. So I posted something about my wife wanting me to send my son to conversion camp 2 days ago. First of all, some people told me to show her videos and documentaries about what happens there, but this argument has been ongoing for more than a week now. I've showed her things and she won't budge. Really bad update, if I can be honest, so let's get into it. All of you told me to try to get him out ASAP. Y'all were definitely right. So yesterday I took the day off and I went to see an attorney just to get some info about divorce, etc. But after what happened, I'm 100% sure I want a divorce as soon as possible. Yesterday, I went to pick up Noah at school, and as many of you suggested, we had a long discussion. I basically told him his mom and I may be getting a divorce because she wants to send him to a conversion camp, but I can't accept that. I've talked with her many times, and I told him I'll probably go through with it. He looked really hurt. My heart broke all over again, but was very understanding and thanked me for standing up for him. I pulled him into a tight hug and I told him I'll always love him no matter what and that nothing is his fault. At that moment, he started crying because he was so glad at least I was on his side, and I'm very pissed. So sorry if I don't make sense, but apparently his mom has been pressuring him for months. She planned dates with girls to try and fix him. He had to lie by saying he was going at a friend's instead. She was saying he needs help, and as much as she loves him, he needs to get his condition cured. I feel so bad because I've been oblivious to all that, and I failed to protect him for all that time. How do you make your 16-year-old son go through that? So when we got home yesterday, I can't lie, I was furious and I confronted her right then and there. At first, she was trying to explain she was doing it for him, but her speech quickly turned to slurs, and it was clear that she was just ashamed of having a gay son. In the end, I told her I went to see an attorney, and that learning all of that just confirmed I wanted a divorce. She got angry and called me a delusional disgrace. We argued a lot, and at some point, Noah tried to separate us, but my wife punched him multiple times. She was saying disgusting things like that he is a dirty F word and that it's all his fault we're getting divorced because his filth corrupted me. My daughter, who was probably in her room, came to see what all the commotion was about and was rightfully horrified and quickly called 911 when I told her to. Long story short, the cops got there and took her away. She was reluctant to go because she was not in the wrong and they needed to let her go. I explained everything to my daughter, and she doesn't want anything to do with her mom anymore. Right now I'm in the hospital because my soon-to-be ex-wife broke my rib while I was restraining her. I should have probably went as soon as the cops took her, but I don't care. My son was crying with a black eye and a split lip. They're checking for any concussions, and obviously the only thing I cared about was to comfort him because I can't even imagine what it feels like to be beaten by your mom for being gay. I'm planning to file for custody, of course, and my kids don't want to see her ever again. Given all the charges she's facing, I hope she won't stand a chance against me. I just sent mail to my attorney, and I hope the procedure will be fast. I've also thought of getting CPS involved, but I'm not sure they will really help. Like, I cannot understand how you can have grown so resentful of your own kid because of something they can't control. Even I had pretty strong opinions about it, but as a father, it is my role to unconditionally love my kids, and so I learned about the topic, and I changed my way of seeing the world for him. It took some time grasping it, but I never doubted 1 second the love that I have for my child. I thought it was the same for my wife. Visibly not.
Am I the asshole for leaving a first date because his mom came along? Absolutely not, girl. Run fast and run far. So I, 23 female, went on a date last week with a guy that I matched with on Hinge. Let's call him Jake, 25 male. Fucking 25, and he brought his mama to a first date. Oh my gosh. We'd been chatting for a few weeks, and he seemed like a really solid guy. Funny, good taste in music, and even remembered that I loved Italian food. He planned the date at this nice little spot in Dallas, which I thought was really sweet. I showed up, and everything was fine at first. He was already there, we hugged, and he even complimented my outfit. But like 5 minutes after I sit down, this older woman walks in. Jake stands up, waves her over, and says, "This is my mom." I thought I misheard him for a second. She sits down at the table all casual and starts introducing herself to me like this is normal. Absolutely not. I didn't come here to meet your mother, especially not on the first fucking date, bro. I don't even know if I like you enough to answer your messages in the morning. I was just sitting there trying to figure out if I was being pranked. I kind of laughed nervously and said, "Oh, I didn't know that you were bringing anyone." He goes, "Oh, she just wanted to meet you. Don't worry, it's not a big deal. It's a very fucking big deal." It was a big deal because she didn't just stop by to say hi. She ordered wine and stayed. Absolutely not. Absolutely the fuck not. The whole time, she was asking me these personal questions about my job, my family, even if I wanted kids someday. Y'all, this is the first date. The first date. The first time they're meeting each other in fucking person. Are you kidding me? It was more like an interview and not a date. Jake barely said anything. He just smiled and kept nodding like all of this was normal. After about 20 minutes of this, I couldn't take it anymore. I said I wasn't feeling great and I needed to leave. I texted him later saying that I didn't think it would work out and I wished him well. Now I kind of feel bad. My roommate says that I did the right thing because honestly, who brings their mom on a first date? No, for real. Who fucking does that? But my coworker said that it was rude to just leave and that maybe his mom was just super close to him or nervous for him. Was I wrong for walking out? Absolutely not. You're not the asshole for fucking leaving. You are not, because that shit's fucking embarrassing and it's weird. It is weird. You dodged a nuclear fucking missile. Yes, you did. This is a mama's boy to the millionth fucking degree. You will never, ever get along with this woman. The moment you guys tried to make a relationship, she would be upset and would hate the ground you walked on. Absolutely not. I think that shit's weird as fuck, because who the fuck invites their mommy at 25 years old to vet their first fucking date? That's weird. That's weird as fuck. This lady, Jake's mom, is one of those boy moms that we see in videos on TikTok talking about, you may be his girlfriend, but I'll always be his first kiss, or some fucking weird shit like that. Jake's mom is 100% one of those bitches.
Today, I'm making a Japanese strawberry shortcake. First, start off with your egg whites and add a little bit of lemon juice. Then you want to whip it and add sugar. In another bowl, add egg yolks, vanilla, milk, butter, and lemon zest, and then you want to add in your dry ingredients. Start folding your meringue into the mix gently and making sure not to overmix the batter. Separate the batter into 2 equal-sized pans and bake at 320 for about 20 minutes. Take the cakes out and let it cool completely and start layering the